You are welcome to my channel, Mindset Academy, where we are told to transform this given figure in isometric into orthographic projection. Now, drawing in orthographic projection means that you have to bring out the three major views, which is the elevation, the plan, and the end view, right? So when you are given any given figure in isometric or in oblique, and you are told to transform that given figure into orthographic projection, the first thing that you should do, the first thing that will come to your mind is for you to draw what? Your four quadrants. Now that means you take your t-square and your set-square, you place your set-square on your t-square, and you draw your vertical line. You can see that. And you take your t-square and you draw your horizontal line this way. You can see that. So you're given this given view on your question and you're told to transform it into orthographic. So this is the first thing you will do, right? Now you now take your compass, you measure whatever millimeter or centimeter you want to measure. Maximum should be 1 centimeter, which is equivalent to what? 10 millimeter. And you place it on the middle, the point of intersection between the vertical and what? The horizontal line. And you place it this way and you mark up, down, left, and what? And right. All those points, you're going to break them out, right? Now, you will now take your t-square and your set-square. Those points you mark, ensure a perpendicular line is passing through those points this way. You can see that. Ensure a perpendicular line is passing through those points this way. You see that? Now, the next thing is you now take your t-square and you ensure that an horizontal line is passing through those points. But now, I am going to stop here and I'll continue from here. Similarly, I'll come here too. I'll place it here. I'll draw this line. I'll stop here. And I'm going to continue from here. You can see that? So this point you're seeing here, I'll write it big. This will be 0.0. This point here also will be my 0.0. Here will be my 0.0. And here will be what? My 0.0. That will be my initial point. You don't have to put 0, 0, 0. I'm only putting that there to give you a better understanding. When you are doing yours, you don't have to put 0. Just having in mind that your measurement will start from where this line and this line meets, right? Not the y-axis, not the x-axis. You ignore the middle line. You only focus on this outline here. Now let's start. Now if you look at this, we have 4 quadrants. From the knowledge in your mathematics in trigonometry, this is the first quadrant. This is the second quadrant. This is the third quadrant. This is the fourth quadrant, right? Now we are told to draw either in first angle projection or in third angle projection. I'm going to give you an insight on both of them. If I'm drawing my first angle projection, right, my elevation, my front elevation will be on either of these two quadrants. Either I place it here or I place it here, right? Mean that I'm drawing in my first angle projection. But if I place it on my third quadrant here or my fourth quadrant here, means I'm drawing in what? My third angle projection. Now the question is, what is the elevation? The elevation I'm talking about now is the front elevation. That is the elevation that you see an arrow pointing that will tell you looking at the arrow A, looking at the arrow B, or looking at the arrow X. Like this is X here now. So looking at this direction here. So what will you see? So whatever you see looking at this direction, that is what you should place at this quadrant or this quadrant. Now we'll choose the second quadrant here. Either I draw it here or here, I'm correct, right? So I'll choose the second quadrant here. So if I look here, what will I see? Now if I were you, I will need to draw something that will guide me. What will I draw? I will draw out the plane. Isometric projection is a 3-dimensional view, meaning it has 3 planes. It has this plane coming from this side, which we call the front elevation. It has this other plane coming from this side, which we call the end elevation, and it has this one coming from here, which is what? The plan. You can see them at the same time. So I'll bring out this plane here, right? Now look at what I'm going to see here. So if I bring out this plane, the entire length here is what? Is 80. So I'm going to measure the 80 and I'll place it at this point here. So let me measure 80. I'm going to start from 0 here. This is my point 0 here. You can see that this is 0. And I'm going to go backward. So from 0 to 8 is 80. You can see that? From 0 to 8 is 80. That is the entire length of this here, because looking from here is our elevation. Then what about the height? Right? The height will be 14 plus 30, which is what? 44, right? So I'm going to measure 44 upward. From this same point here where they meet, I'll measure 44 upward. So when I place it that way, I'll be having from 0 to 44 here, right? This is 40 and this is 44 here. You can see that? And I'll draw my vertical line. I'll draw my vertical line on this point here. Draw the vertical line here. And I'll close it up. Is that okay? Now, this is the plane I'm talking about. This rectangle is the plane in which the elevation here can fit in. So when you draw this, this will help you. Whatever you're drawing must not pass this what? This rectangle, right? Now, if you're looking at this place, what will you see? Now let me draw this plane first of all, so we'll have a little insight. So just watch. Now, looking at this side, right? We are going to see this point to this point. Let me call it this point to this point, which is this point to this point. We will see this point to this point, which is this point to this point. We will see this square here, which is this square here. We'll see from here to here, which is from here to here. And we'll see from here to here, which is from here to here. And we're going to see from here to here, which is from here to here. Now this circle here, we cannot see it from here because it's on this plane here. So, but I'm showing an hidden line to show that there's a through. This thing is going in. So this hidden line is making me understand that what? There's a circle here that is going through, right? Similarly, this circle here too is going through too. That's why I'm using the hidden line at this point here, showing that there's a circle here going in through. So this is what I am going to draw here. You don't have to do this. This is an explanation on what you're going to do. This is what I am going to draw here, right? So if I'm drawing here, I'll now take the measurement I am seeing on my diagram here. So we say that from here to here is 14, and the same thing as saying from here to here, and the same thing as saying from here to here. So it means that I'm going to measure 14. So measuring the 14 here, from 0 to 14, this is 10 and this is 14 here, right? So at this point, I'll just draw a faint line first of all, right? Now, I'll get the center of this figure here, which is from here to here, we say it is 80. So half of 80 is 40. So I'm going to bring out 40 out. So 30 from 0 to 4 is 40, right? And I'm going to draw a vertical line, those faint lines first here. So this is the center here. So if you look at it, it's from here to here is 30. Here to here is the same 30. Automatically from this point to this point is 30. Right? And if you look at it very well, it is centralized at the center of 80. I'm going to measure 50 to the left and what? 15 to the right. So I can just do this way. Either I use my compass or I use my meter rule and I'm going to measure. So this is 0, this is 10, this is 15. This is 0, this is 10, this is another 15 here. And I'll take them up. So taking it up, I'm going to be having this way. I'll taking it. I'll come here also. I'll do the same thing. I'll taking it. Right? Then I'll taking the base here too, as seen in the diagram. So from here, taking this point to this point, right? I'll come here too, taking from this point to this point, from this point to this point, right? And here also, taking from here to stop here, from here to stop here, and I'll close here up too. So this is what we have here. Now doing that, you realize that I've brought out the outer shape here. Now it's remaining this here, and we're told from here to here is what? Is 18, right? So I'll take my compass, or I'll take my meter rule from this center point here. I'll place it there, and I'll measure 9 in both sides. So towards the left, I'll measure 9. Towards the right, I'll measure 9. Right? From 0 to measure 9. Then I'll take my compass, or if I like, I can use my compass and do this the needful. Measure 9 on my compass, which is from here to here. It's more better. And I'll move it to this point. This way, this is 9 also. 9 here. And also 9 here. You can see that. Then I'll just take my meter rule and draw a faint line up this way. I'll come here to take my meter rule, draw the faint line up this way. You can see that. Now, from here, this figure here, I'm going to get the center of the figure. So it is easier to get the center of this figure. How? Just draw, either you measure 15 here, or let me just do 15 there, or you draw the diagonal from here to here, from here to here. So where they meet here is the center of that figure. So I'll just take my meter rule, then I'll just draw a line this way. And the reason I'm doing that is that why I'm doing that is that if from here to here is 9, I'll measure 9 up to 9 in all directions, right? So let's do that. So the distance from this point to this point is 9. So the same thing to this point too is also 9, right? I'll come here, I'll measure 9 to here, and also measure 9 to here. That's what I'm going to do. So I'll close it up. I'll close it up too. And also I'll close it up. Then I'll close it up. You can see that? So I brought this out. That's what I'm having here. That's the same measurement, right? The reason I'm measuring 9 to here is because from here to here is 18. Everything all through is 18 because it is a square. So the next thing we'll be looking at is, if you look closely here, you see a circle, right? At this point here, you're going to see a circle here. So what you simply do is look at the radius of the circle is 7. But looking at it from this side, you can't see a circle looking at it from this axis here. So to show that a circle is there and is going through, what you're going to do is you're going to measure a radius of what? Of 7 on your meter rule, right? So we believe that from 0 here to this point here is 7. And I'll place it at the top here, and I'm going to mark towards the left and also towards the right, and also what? Towards the right. Now I will now take my meter rule and I will draw this coming down this way, and I'll come here too, coming down this way. You can see that. And I'm going to do the same thing here too, because there's a circle here to show that it's going through. I'll also measure radius 7 too. It's also radius 7 from the diagram. Then we know from here to here is 7, right? We just have to just transfer our point from the center here. You measure 7, and you come here also, you do the same thing, you measure 7, right? And now did I get the center here? From here to here is 25 if you measure, meaning that if the entire length from here to here is 30 is 80, and you remove 30 from 80 is remaining 50, right? It means that from this point to this point is 25. From here to here is also 25. So we're looking for the center of this half of 25, and from here to here is from here to here, and this is the center of 25 here. So you're measuring it in both sides, and you'll be having this. You see that what? There's an hidden line there. So long, short, long, short. So we use this symbol here to show hidden features, these dashes, right? So that is what we have there. Now we've successfully completed the elevation looking at it from here. Now the next thing is for you to draw what? To draw out the plan. So in drawing out the plan is just you projecting the whole end of this figure this way. You can see that, projecting the whole end of this place. Now looking at it from the top, what will you see? Like I told you earlier, bring out the the plane of the plan. So this is the plane of the plan, right? So meaning that from this point to this point is something that's saying from here to here, right? So which is the same thing as saying from here to here. So what about that? The next thing we need to look for now is this side here. So this side here is this side there, which is what, 25, right? And I'm going to measure 25 here. So the 25, I'm measuring it here. So I'll take my meter rule and I'm going to measure 25. This is 25 here, from 0 to this point. Then I'll close it up to bring out that plane. So I brought out the plane here. You can see that. So what I'll just do is just transfer my point. What will I see looking at it from the top? I'm going to see this four cardinal, this square here, and you will like all this rectangle at the top. You're going to see. That is what I am going to see. So what you just do from your diagram is just to project these two ends here and this end here. So I'm going to thicken it. You can see that. Similarly, I'm going to see the entire length. Looking at a plane from an height, no matter how the level they are, they will appear on the same line. So from here to here is seen to be in the same line as this point here. So you cannot see height looking anything from the top. All you see is a level ground, just like looking at a mountain top from an helicopter. You will see it as a point, right? So this plane, this part here and here, we're assuming that we are seeing that they're on the same plane, the same line. You can't differentiate between the height from the top, right? Is when you are standing at the elevation, you can differentiate height from top. So that means that from here to here, you will see it as a straight line. That means this point and this point on the same level of this point and this point, and on the same level of this point and this point. So I'll just use a straight line to connect them all. What I mean is this: use my straight line here to connect all of them here this way. Here and also here, a straight line. And I'll close here up to here and here. So this is what I mean. We see them as they're on the same position. So now what do you notice? On this part here, which is this part here, there's a circle. On this part here, which is this part here, there's another circle here, right? So it is easier for me to construct the circle because I already have this. What I will just do here is to just project the center line of this. Just project the center line of this way, and also the center line of this. What you use to get these 2 points here, just project it down, right? Then the next thing is to get the center line of what? Of 25. So it is easier, like I told you, to get a center line. Just join the demarcation here, just join this way, and with this point here, that will be the center of this figure here if it is well placed. Or just measure 25, half of 25, which is 11.5. 11.25. So this is 0, 10, 11.25, somewhere around here. That will be the center there. You can see that. So that is where I will take radius of 7. We know from here to here is radius of 7, right? And I'm going to place it at this point here. I'm going to draw, right? And I'll come here too also. I'm going to draw. So this is what we have, right? Then you see this, looking from the top, you cannot see it. Looking from the top. So what will I do? To show that there's an hidden line there, so I'll just use my dash 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 to show something is beneath that. Right? So that's what we have. So what we'll just do, I don't have to stress myself. I'll take my set square, my t-square to this point here, and I'll just channel this down, then I'll draw my hidden line here. Then I'll come here also, channel this down, my hidden line here. You can see that? This is what we have here. So that is the elevation, the plan. Now the next thing is the end view. What will I see looking at it from this side? Right? I'm going to see this. You can see that? Now, what will I see? So the next thing I'm going to do to draw the plane here. So we'll see what we're going to see. So let me first of all draw the plane. For you to get this plane, you project here up this way. Project this level here. So you now take your 45 degree set square and allow it to be at the center of the line. Then you project this out. Then the next thing is you project whatever you want. I need the plane, right? So I'm bringing out the plane. So this is my plane here. So this is the plane that we need here from here to here, which is the same plane I'm bringing out here. So you need that your plane first, right? So what will I do? I know that looking in from here, I'll see this shape here, right? Which shape? I mean this shape. So let me bring out the shape that I'm going to see. This shape here, I'll see it. Right? And this one too. Now the next thing is everything you see, looking at it from a distance, this level to this level and this level to this level are on the same line. Because you're looking at it from a distance, right? So you can't differentiate the depth of it. So what will I do? I will just taking this all through, right? So the same thing I'm going to do here, all through, all through. Then I'll close it up here. Then after that, we realize that this square you're seeing here, this particular square you're seeing here, you cannot see it through this wall, but you need something to represent that there's a through in. That is where you use your hidden line. So all those do are just project this way, right? Now come here, project it this way. So I will draw out my what? My hidden line. That what? There's a through here. Can you see that? Now the next thing is looking from here, there's a circle here. So you want to show that there's a circle there. You can see that? That's what I'm going to do. So that is where this will now come in. So I'll just project this to this point to touch here. Or better still, I'll just go straight to the center line here. Right? And I'll project it up. So what I need is the center line to mark radius of 7, 7. So just take the radius of 7, 7 here. Now place at this point. I'll mark to the left and also to the right. So I'll bring it down this way. Then these two. Aside from that, the next thing is we have a circle here, so we need to show that there's a circle at that point. So it's virtually on the same line. So if I've done the hidden line, I'll do it here also. I'll come here also, I'll do the same thing here too. Right? Now we have this, right? If I should take this up and I bring this down, that means I'm drawing in third angle projection. But as it stands, this is in first angle projection. But when I interchange the elevation for the plan, right, I take the plan up, I bring the elevation down, and you know when the elevation comes down, the end view will follow the elevation, because the end view is always in front or behind the front elevation, while the plan is always on top or below the front elevation. So the front elevation is just the center of focus of the two other views, right? So if you have found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share this video. Thanks for watching.